The year is 1955. The world is locked in a high-stakes nuclear standoff. The United States and the Soviet Union, two superpowers armed with weapons of unimaginable destruction, eye each other with suspicion and fear. The Cold War is at its peak. In the absence of reliable intercontinental ballistic missiles, the strategic bomber becomes the ultimate weapon, capable of delivering a devastating blow to the enemy's heartland. For the United States, the Boeing B-47 Stratojet is the spearhead of its nuclear deterrent. This sleek, six-engine jet bomber, deployed in vast numbers around the world, represents America's ability to strike deep into Soviet territory. Though a new bomber, the B-52 Stratofortress, is on the horizon, it will be several years before it takes over as the primary nuclear bomber for the United States. For now, the B-47 continues its vital role in maintaining peace and stability during these tense times. The B-47 is a technological marvel, a symbol of American ingenuity and military might. But it is also a complex and demanding machine, requiring highly skilled crews to fly and maintain it. On a frigid February morning in 1955, one of these B-47s is returning from a top-secret training mission. Its crew, four seasoned airmen, are nearing the end of a long journey that has taken them from California to Greenland and back. They have flown over mountains, oceans, and vast stretches of frozen wilderness. They have refueled in midair and navigated by the stars. But as they begin their return trip to base, disaster strikes. The B-47, with its crew of four, is about to become a part of Cold War history, its story etched into the frozen landscape of Saskatchewan. The commander of the second jet in the formation is Lieutenant Colonel Kenneth McGrew, a seasoned pilot with years of experience flying the B-47. Seated behind him is Captain Lester Epton, the co-pilot, equally skilled and dedicated. Major Robert Dowdy, the navigator, is responsible for guiding the plane on its long journey using the stars, the sun, and the latest navigational technology. And then there's Captain Thomas Pittman, an experienced B-47 pilot himself. But on this mission, he's a passenger. He's here to evaluate a new type of survival suit designed to protect airmen in the event of a crash or ejection in extreme conditions. The formation of two B-47s had flown across the continental United States, over the Atlantic Ocean toward the Azores, north towards Greenland, then across Hudson Bay. All seemed routine as the bombers of the 19th Bomb Squadron prepared to return to California. The Stratojet, tail number 7033, cruises through the night sky over northern Saskatchewan. They have just completed a mid-air refueling, and the plane is heavy with fuel. Suddenly, disaster strikes. One of the starboard engines explodes. The fire spreads rapidly, engulfing the wing and fuselage. Lieutenant Colonel McGrew, the pilot, attempts to regain control, but the fire is spreading too quickly. The plane is racked by explosions. The fuselage begins to break apart. The B-47 is ripped apart, sending the crew members hurtling through the air. Alone and injured, they descend into the frozen Canadian wilderness. A massive search and rescue operation, codenamed Big Sandy Lake, is launched. The U.S. Air Force, the Royal Canadian Air Force, and local authorities join forces. A para-rescue team, including female para-nurse Marion McDonald, is dropped in by an RCAF Dakota aircraft. Lieutenant Colonel McGrew and Captain Epton are found alive, though injured. McGrew is rescued by Saskatchewan Government Airways pilot Bill Fetcher, while Epton is picked up by an RCMP single otter, and both were then flown to the PAW for medical treatment. Tragically, Major Dowdy did not survive the crash. But Captain Pittman remains missing. Alone and injured, he faces sub-zero temperatures with only a .38 caliber revolver and a few sulfa tablets. His survival kit was lost in the explosion, so he uses his parachute to create a makeshift shelter. Days pass. Pittman is hungry and thirsty. He manages to shoot a rabbit but can't retrieve it due to his broken leg. He hears the drone of search planes, but they don't see him. On the fourth day, a search plane spots his red parachute. A rescue helicopter arrives and Pittman is lifted to safety. He's exhausted, frostbitten, and his leg is badly broken. He endured 4 days and nights in the frozen wilderness. Captain Pittman, despite losing his leg, received the Aviator's Valor Award for his courage and his attempts to save Major Dowdy. The crash site itself, located in a remote and inaccessible area of Saskatchewan, remains a silent testament to this event. The crash of the B-47 Stratojet is a unique part of Saskatchewan's history, a reminder of the global reach of the Cold War and its impact on this province.